survey conducted by a leading English magazine reveals increasing support for the People's Chief Ms. Jaya among the national leaders in just 1 year. Lorry strike demanding quick clearance of vehicles at Valayar checkpost enters the third day, hitting supply of commodities to Kerala. AIADMK conducts mass wedding of 70 couples as part of the birthday celebrations of the People's Chief Ms. Jaya. The news in detail. A leading English magazine, India Today, in its survey conducted on the public support for leaders has revealed that the support for the People's Chief Ms. Jaya among the national leaders has increased 2 times within a span of just 1 year. Leading English magazine India Today conducted a survey to find out the popularity of important leaders among the people at the All India level and also on who has the ability to become the next Prime Minister of India. The magazine conducted its survey across 19 states in India. The survey revealed that the support for Ms. Jaya over the past 1 year has more than doubled. It has increased from 3% to 7%. Transportation of goods to Kerala was severely affected as the indefinite strike by truckers demanding quick clearance of vehicles at Valayar checkpost in the neighbouring state entered the third day. The transporters made it clear to the Kerala government that the trucks will not ply till their demands are met. The major demands are increasing counters at the Valayar checkpost at Kerala from 3 to 10, installing scanning machines, a green channel for goods like steel and cement, parking lot and basic amenities like drinking water and toilets. Presently, sales tax authorities of Kerala take a minimum of 10 hours to a maximum of 15 hours to clear a single truck at Valayar. Kerala authorities still use an age-old system to check consignments by piercing the bags with needle, which is time-consuming. Senior office bearer of AIMTC, G.R. Shanmugappa, cautioned that the truck movements to Kerala will be severely hit if the state government does not heed to the demands. As a result, serpentine queues of trucks were witnessed at the Tamil Nadu-Kerala border crossing at Valayar. Speaking to reporters in Coimbatore, Shanmugappa warned that the AIMTC would intensify the protest by stopping truck movement to Kerala through other checkposts if the Valayar issue was not resolved. He alleged that though the Kerala government had invited them for talks today, it was cancelled due to political intervention. He also claimed that the Kerala Lorry Owners Association, with more than 1 lakh trucks, had expressed its solidarity with the striking truckers.
31 மாநிலங்களிலிருந்தும் எந்த வகையான பொருட்களும் கேரளாவுக்குள் செல்லவில்லை. கேரள அரசுக்கு சுமார் 100 கோடி ரூபாய் ஒரு நாளைக்கு இழப்பு. 600 லிருந்து 700 கோடி ரூபாய் போருமான பொருட்கள் இங்கிருந்து கேரளாவின் வாளையார் மூலமாகவும் அனைத்து செக் போஸ்ட் மூலமாக சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதுவும் இன்றிருந்து தடைபட்டு விட்டது. திங்கட்கிழமைக்குள் அழைக்காவிடில் கேரளாவில் இருக்கும் அனைத்து கடைகளும் மூடப்படும் என்று அங்கிருக்கின்ற வியாபாரிகள் அறிவித்திருக்கிறார்கள்.
As part of the birthday celebrations of the General Secretary of the AIADMK and the People's Chief Ms. Jaya, mass weddings were conducted for 70 couples from poor families on behalf of the party's Erode Suburbs district. The letter written by Ms. Jaya wishing the couples was read out in the function. 67 types of gift articles were given to the bridal couples. The couples who received the gifts thanked Ms. Jaya profusely. As part of the 67th birthday celebrations of the People's Chief Ms. Jaya, mass weddings are being conducted across Tamil Nadu on behalf of the AIADMK. Accordingly, on behalf of the party's Erode Suburbs district, weddings of 70 couples, including those from Islam families, were solemnized today at the Bannari Mariamman temple near Satyamangalam. Each of the couples were provided with 2 grams of Thirumangalyam in gold, silk saris and dhotis. Minister Thopu N.D. Venkatachalam solemnized the weddings and read out the letter written by Ms. Jaya wishing the bridal couples.
இன்று இல்லறம் ஏற்கும் மணமக்களாகி நீங்கள் ஒருவருக்கொருவர் விட்டுக் கொடுத்து ஒருவருக்கொருவர் புரிந்து கொண்டு தமிழும் இனிமையும் போல கவியும் இசையும் போல மலரும் தேனும் போல கரும்பும் சுவையும் போல மணவாழ்க்கை மகிழ்ச்சி பொங்க எதிர்காலம் எழுச்சி பொங்க பல்லாண்டு வாழ்க வாழ்க என மனமாற வாழ்த்துகிறேன். இதய தெய்வம் புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள்.
The couples were given 67 kinds of gift articles. The couples thanked Ms. Jaya profusely.
இன்னைக்கு திருமணம் நடந்துச்சு. தாய் அப்பா அம்மா நடத்தி வச்ச மாதிரி அம்மா நடத்தி வச்சாங்க. பீரோ பெட்டு நிறைய கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. தாய் வீட்டு சீதனமா அம்மா கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அம்மாவுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி.
திருமணத்துக்கு அம்மா என்னென்ன சீர்வரிசை வந்து ஒரு மணமகனுக்கு தேவையானதை வந்து எல்லாத்துக்கும் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. கட்டல்லேருந்து பாத்திரம் வரைக்கும், தங்கத்துலேருந்து வெள்ளி வரைக்கும் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. எல்லா சீர்வரிசை பாத்திரங்களும் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. அம்மாவுக்கு எங்களோட கோடான கூட நன்றி.
அம்மாவோட 67வது பிறந்தநாளை முன்னிட்டு நாங்கள் திருமணம் செஞ்சுட்டோம். ஒரு பெண்ணுக்கான எல்லா சீர்வரிசையும் கொடுத்தாங்க. அதுக்கு வந்து கோடான கோடி நன்றி.
A delicious feast was organized for the friends and relatives of the couples. On the orders of Ms. Jaya, floral tributes were paid on behalf of the AIADMK at the Memorial of the Martyrs in Peringamanalur near Madurai. The Criminal Tribes Act was introduced during the time of the Britishers. According to the Act, the members of colour community had to register themselves by submitting their thumb impression at the respective police stations. In addition, male members above 16 years had to spend their nights in police stations and get police permission to visit their relatives. As a result, villagers who resented being labelled as criminals disobeyed the order. Residents of Kalappanpatti and Kaniyampatti joined them in the protest, which resulted in the firing. This protest took place on the 3rd of April 1920. 16 people, including a woman, were shot dead in this incident. This protest has been termed as the second Jallianwala Bagh massacre. As a memorial day of the incident is being observed today, tributes were paid on behalf of the AIADMK to the martyrs who sacrificed their lives in the protest. Minister Sellur K. Raju, MPs and MLAs laid a wreath on the memorial and paid their respects. Good Friday, the religious holiday commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary, was observed across the nation today. Special prayers were offered at churches and devotees took part in it. Special prayers were conducted across churches in Tamil Nadu, including the church in Santhom and Mylapore, as part of observing the Good Friday. In Puducherry, the devotees took part in the prayers conducted at St. Janmaragini Mother Church. Trying on clothes at an outlet of a reputed garment brand at Kandolim village, a vigilant Union HRD minister Smriti Irani today spotted a hidden camera positioned to record inside the small room and raised an alarm. The Goa police have registered a case against the staff for voyeurism. Irani, on a visit to Goa, came across a camera when she was in the Fab India showroom to buy clothes and immediately protested, alerting her husband, businessman Zubin Irani, said Superintendent of Police North, Umesh Gaonkar. She then called BJP legislator Michael Lobo, who lodged an first information report. Footage from the camera installed 4 months ago, according to staff at the store, was being recorded in a computer in the manager's office, Lobo said, confirming that it held many recordings of people changing in the trial room. The police, which searched the showroom after a complaint by Lobo, found a CCTV camera installed in the ventilation unit of the room. Gaonkar said police have recorded statement of Irani. Police have already sealed the shop and is inspecting the showroom. A case has been filed against employees who were monitoring the cameras. We are analyzing the entire data, the SP said. Gaonkar said that police have formed special team to inspect all the showrooms in the coastal belt to ensure that there are no CCTV cameras installed in changing rooms. He said instructions will also be issued to all the police stations to form teams and inspect the changing rooms in their respective areas. Houthi rebels and their allies in Yemen have stormed the presidential palace in Aden following heavy clashes, officials said. The rebels pushed through to the heart of the port city using tanks and armored vehicles despite airstrikes by a Saudi-led coalition. At least 44 people have been killed in the violence, including 18 civilians, according to AFP. Separately, a Saudi border guard has reportedly been killed by gunfire. It is the first known Saudi fatality since it began an air campaign against the Houthis last week. The Saudi government says the aim of its operation in Yemen is to protect the president's legitimate government. It says it has no plans to deploy ground forces for now. Fighting in Yemen over the past 2 weeks has left more than 500 people dead and some 1,700 wounded. Also on Thursday, local officials in the port city of Mukalla said Al-Qaeda militants had stormed a prison there and freed at least 150 detainees. Local Yemeni officials said that among those released in the prison break was a senior figure in the regional wing of Al-Qaeda. He was named as Khalid Batarfi, who had been arrested 4 years ago. Meanwhile, the government of India today said there is likelihood it would launch evacuation of Indians by air from the Yemeni city of Sana'a, even as an Indian naval ship left the Yemeni port of Al-Hodeida with 306 Indians on board for Djibouti to be flown back to India. Grieving relatives were searching for news or the remains of their loved ones after Somalia's Al-Shabaab fighters killed at least 147 in a university in northeastern Kenya. The day-long siege of Garissa University College was Kenya's deadliest attack since the 1998 US Embassy bombings and the biggest ever by the Al-Qaeda affiliated fighters, although the Kenyan government today vowed it would not be intimidated. Survivors recounted how the gunmen taunted students before killing them, including forcing them to call their parents to urge them to call for Kenyan troops to leave Somalia. Kenya's government will not be intimidated by the terrorists who have made killing innocent people a way to humiliate the government, Kenya's interior minister said. As the gunmen prowled the university rooms, hunting down more people to kill, some students smeared blood from their dead friends over their bodies to pretend they too had been shot. Al Jazeera's Malcolm Webb, reporting from Garissa, said some are suggesting the death toll might be higher. The day-long siege ended with all 4 of the gunmen detonating suicide vests in a hall of heavy gunfire. At least 79 people were also wounded in the attack on the campus, which lies around 200 kilometers away from the border with Somalia. Emergency workers set about collecting the bodies while Kenyan soldiers patrolled the campus. At the Garissa airstrip, hundreds of students who are survivors of the incident are waiting to be taken home. Visiting the scene of the carnage, Kenya's Interior Minister Joseph Kaisari vowed that the country would not bow to terrorist threats.